You could tell this is an artist. Hello, beautiful people. What's up? It's me, Rosalie. Welcome to the Ultimate YouTube channel. My name is Rosalie Elliott. We're all about reactions, music from around the world, psychology, philosophy, encouragement, so much more. I want to check out a special artist today. Several of you have asked. Shout out to those of you who've been putting it on my radar. You've asked for me to check out the Israeli artist Asaf Avidan from Jerusalem. And I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to listen to. I'm going to go ahead and start with the big one because this has over 7.4 million views, was put out 7 years ago. So I'd like to check it out and then we'll see where we go from there. Make sure to subscribe and here we go. Oh, he's using the loop.
She said, baby, get down on your knees. She said, baby, help you insist. She said, why do you keep saying things though that don't exist? I said, baby, I love you, and what can I do? I'll probably love you till the day I die. She said, well, better honey now, if that's true, to give my boyfriend pretty big blue eyes. I said, baby, you can have them, you can have my eyes. I was thinking that she told me I won't see lies. For my baby, I can taste all lies. I said, my baby, I can taste all lies.
Wow.
Sweet baby, honey, baby, baby, baby. Sweet
Somebody had commented saying that he has one of those voices that you either love or hate type of thing. He has a very unique voice for sure. I'm impressed by his vocal range and the strength that he has and how he's hitting those high notes and that growl in that high range. That's pretty impressive.
Don't you care with me? You know I really don't got that kind of time.
The effects on his voice are interesting. Da, 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 da. I like that. Wow, that was dope. That effect, as if he is dying, I'll love her till the day I die, and then, um, da, 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 la, da, 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 like the harmonies and the notes here. You could tell this is an artist. Like the way he was layering and losing the loop, and the way he was layering the beat, his vocalization, the ad-libbing, the melodies and the harmonies, and the way that he was engaging with the microphone up on his one leg up on his chair on his stool at one point. You can tell yeah, this is an artist. This is a musician all the way. The lyrics say, she said, "Baby, get down on your knees." I said, "Babe, if you insist." She said, "Why do you keep seeing things you know that don't exist?" Ooh, talk about gaslighting him. I said, "Baby, I love you now. What can I do? I'll probably love you till the day that I die." She said, "Well, pretty honey, if that's true, then give me both them pretty eyes." Oh, snap. Said, "Baby, you can have them. You can have my eyes. See, I was thinking if she took them, I won't see her lies." Oh, but my baby, I can taste her lies. Oh, okay, this is great. Talking about, that ultimately like a play on the senses, right? If I give her my eyes, I can taste the lies. She said, "Baby, get into this sack." I said, "Baby, I don't know what's there." She said, "All I want to do with you is take you with me everywhere." Get in the sack could be, sexual, get in the bed, but also get in this sack. I want to take you with me, like your backpack, your sack. I said, "Okay, baby, take me everywhere. Take me through the day, through the night." She said, "Oh, silly babe, don't you kid with me. You know I really don't have the time." Talk about games, right? Come with me. Never mind, I can't. Give me your eyes. Well, I still can taste the lies. She said, "Baby, you can take me," and I got right in. See, I was thinking if she took me, I could taste her skin. Oh, wow. Right? This obsession. It's almost like you're willing to give everything for somebody, your eyes, but they still lie to you. You hope they'll take you with you so you can taste their skin, right? You want to be that close to them. But my baby, all I taste is her lies. I said, "Baby, you can have them. You can have my eyes." See, I was thinking if she took them, I won't see her lies. Right? Our eyes are such a important part, but people say it's a door to the soul. It's what we need to see what's going on around us, literally, spiritually, emotionally. And so to give them up, to give up your right to see. And I'm not just talking about physical ability to see. Even those who are unable to see physically, have some form of blindness, they can still perceive a whole lot. They have heightened senses in other ways: smell, taste, touch. But as human beings, in with whatever sense we use, we're perceiving things. We want to be able to trust someone. We perceive when we're being lied to, when something's going wrong. And to give that up, the part of you that allows you to recognize what's going on, means I trust this person, but I can still taste the lies. I can still perceive in a different way that they're not being true to me. But there's this obsession, this you till the day I die, I love you. And I guess my question would be, is that really love? This person is being so manipulative, is using this person, asking them to get into this sack, asking them to give them their eyes, but there's nothing coming in return. As a matter of fact, the only thing you're getting in return is gaslighting. All right, is it really is what you're thinking really happening? You're imagining all these things. And so sometimes when we think that we love in such a situation, I sometimes wonder, is it possible this is more codependency, or almost like a glutton for punishment, or toxicity is all you know, so you keep getting drawn to that, or you hope you can fix a person, or you don't think you deserve any better. There could be different reasons, but musically, amazing arrangement. It definitely had that blues, jazzy feel to it. Really dope, really dope. Let me check another one out. Actually, a couple more probably. I'm gonna check out in order. I'm gonna check out Your Anger, and I think then I'll do a separate one for the newest release he did, the one that you guys have asked for, 900 Days. Here, let's see. Your Anger in a box 2, 7 years ago. Almost 3 million views. Wow. Multi-instrumentalist. I like how he uses these loop pads and these different elements to just loop.
She said, "Baby, you're my gold, sitting on me. I'm your banker." She
Dang. Okay. So now, having just listened to her lies, I'm thinking, man, this woman that he has in his life, who he's referring to, is toxic. Um, his voice is definitely distinct. I could see why it has been said that he has one of those voices you either love or hate. His range is crazy. He has a very feminine voice. And what I mean by that is your general, typical higher range. Not that, women can't have low voices. A lot of them do. Not that men can't have high voices. But, there's something about the texture of his voice that if I closed my eyes and didn't see a face, I may think that this is a female just because not many men have that ability to sing at that level, that high. And that's pretty impressive. The way he plays this guitar and is just layering these loops is phenomenal.
She said, baby, you're my river.
The lyrics are pretty profound too.
Baby, I'm your train.
You're my dream, now I'm just your wish, right? Almost like,
She said, baby, you're my color. I said, no, baby, I'm your stain. And I said, baby, you're my diamond. She said, no, I'm just a pig. I said, baby, you must be magic. She said, no, I'm just a trick.
okay, maybe the toxicity is going both ways here, right? On one hand, it's him saying, you're my dream. She says, no, I'm just your wish. You're just a fish, right? You can't fly. Almost like constantly shooting down the things he says, or perhaps shedding light on the reality. He's maybe glorifying or romanticizing the situation of flying and dreaming and whatever. And she's like, nah, man, you wish you could have this. This is not reality. You're just a fish. You're stuck in the water. So it could be almost like shooting down all his ideas, if you will, like totally just destroying the romanticizing that he's doing. Or maybe it's just more like trying to be realistic and bring it back to light what actually is happening in this relationship. But it seems to be almost from both sides, because at other times she says, oh, I'm your river. And he says, nah, I'm your train, or I'm your anchor, not your chains. There's a whole lot of just, I don't know. They both don't seem to know what they are to each other, I guess. Very poetic way of addressing what I think can be found in relationships sometimes. This is beautiful, though. The arrangement is beautiful.
She said, baby, you can see me. I said, no, baby, I just sense. She said, baby, you're my castle. I said, no, honey, I'm your fence. And I
Interesting.
said, baby, you're my lover. She said, no, I'm just a maid.
Okay,
I said, baby, I love you. She said, no, you're just afraid. I said, no, baby, I love you. She said, no, you're just afraid, boy.
wow. Okay, this is interesting. A lot of the references that he is giving to her when she says things like, you're my chains, right? You're holding me down, all these things, you're my river, you're running what a river once wild and free. He keeps pushing back the opposite, says, no, I'm not I'm not the chains, I'm an anchor, right? An anchor is something that keeps you grounded, that holds you, that holds you down, maybe holds you back. That could be seen as something positive, right? When somebody anchors you, they're steadfast. Or it could be some meant in the sense of you're holding me back. Or in this case, instead of being a castle, being a fence. Fences can be helpful. They can provide some type of protection, but also they can be something that restricts, something that causes a border, a separation. And then to see how he says, I love you, and the response is, now you're just afraid. The opposite of love is not hate, they say. It's fear. And we operate either from fear or love. So these dynamics that are being so poetically put into a song.
Love you. She said, no, you're just afraid, boy. I said, no, baby. I said, baby, listen now. She said, no, baby, listen, I love you. I said, baby. I said, baby, I love you. I said, baby, I love you. She said, no, you're just afraid.
artistic, almost eerie sounding. This is pretty amazing. Wow. I'm laughing because, art is so it's subjective, it's so unique, and it's so vast. And it's funny to me how like he's literally like screaming into his guitar and it's art. And it sounds amazing, especially using the pad and the different effects. It's fitting to the art he's painting here with his music, but it's still funny, full on just over the guitar screaming into it. Um Pretty amazing. The picture that I'm getting here is really that of turmoil. It's when he first started singing, I thought, this sounds fitting to the song we just listened to, Her Lies. That sounds like some really toxic relationships, some really unhealthy dynamics with the woman who keeps saying, no, we're not this, we're not that. Actually, you're my anchor, not chains. You're a fence, not a castle. But there's this back and forth, as I mentioned before, where I wonder if it's mutual, right? Her saying now, you know, you don't love me, you're afraid, but also him who is responding saying, baby, I love you, but then saying things like, I'm your anchor. I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint exactly who is the person, if not both, who are missing each other. And I think that is fitting to relationships. When you have a relationship, sometimes we think we can easily pinpoint who the toxic person is. And sometimes you can, right? You can see clearly who's the abusive one or the manipulative one or the narcissist. But sometimes relationships are so messy, things get so blurred that you don't even know where it started, what came first. And each party says he or she started it. And there's a lot of course, things we could talk about here when it comes to what does it mean to be someone's anchor, the fence versus the castle, to love versus the fear. And I think it'll mean different things to different people depending on our own experiences. But I think psychologically speaking, it's a very artistic and poetic way of talking about relationships and the way that we miss each other. And there's a whole spectrum, of course, that we could address, from seriously unhealthy, toxic relationships of abuse and gaslighting and games and control to just your regular average relationship that has its ups and downs, where there's arguments and you have moments where you miss each other, where you want to be something to the other and they don't want that in return, or you have expectations and then you go through disillusionment after the honeymoon phase where you realize, wow, this person is not doing what I hoped they would. Or where we subconsciously look for the partner to meet a certain need, maybe to fix or fill something that was hurt through our childhood. And now because we We either haven't fully healed yet, or we're not aware, or it's happening subconsciously. We may even be attracted to someone who ends up being similar to our caregivers, now ironically reinforcing the same pain we hoped they would fix. But we have a lot of expectations from one another. One person may want that fence, may want their partner to be that anchor, that fence that holds them down, that grounds them, that sets the boundaries. To another, the same words may impose. To another, the same words may imply restriction, control, lack of freedom. Right? You may have someone who genuinely thinks they love the other, and actually it's fear. And that's also a very interesting thing to talk about psychologically, where we think what drives us often is love, but sometimes it's fear of being alone, fear of abandonment, fear that we can't do any better, fear of who we are outside or a part of this person. Very interesting. There's a lot we could talk about here. Your anchor is what it's called. But his voice, like I said, is very unique. He has a crazy high range, very high notes that he reaches, which is why if I were to not look at him, that I would have thought maybe this is a woman, just because he's able to hit notes that most men can't. And that's very, very impressive. He has a very distinct voice. I could see what people meant by that. I'm going to check out another one, 900 Days, but that's going to be in a separate video, so stay tuned. Ayo! Ayo!